Hi, everyone. Welcome. Aaron Smith with EEBA. We're joined by Paul Sherriari with Ecomedes, and we're going to host today for our manufacturing partners an overview of our sustainable products database. It's the EEBA Ecomedes database for residential sustainable data for building products, building materials. And just a little aside, I always talk about this, but Paul and I met, I don't know, 15 years ago. And I was at Assa Abloy at the time, and I had, oh my gosh, what, Paul, 35 manufacturers across the United States and Canada. And we really struggled with how do we get our sustainability data in the hands of customers, in the hands of architects, in the hands of builders in real time without having them need to engage with our customer service department or our sales team. And so it kind of came out of the commercial industry, and what Ecomedes and EEBA have put together is really a complete residential database that has everything you'd want to know for building a net zero house or green guard certification or LEED data points or whatever it might be. So we think you'll be really intrigued. And one thing we actually have 9 manufacturers on the call today. So I'm going to ask Nancy to open up the conversation and chat, and we'll allow you all to ask questions to Paul in real time, since we've got a nice sized group. And with that, Paul, on behalf of myself and Nancy, we'll turn it over to you and let you take it away.
Great. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Aaron. It's always been fun to hang out with you and watch this industry evolve. What we're going to cover today is a little bit of that journey of the original platform, the original ideation around Ecomedes and how it came about. And we're going to show you guys how you guys can use this platform. Most of you, I think, are manufacturers, so I'll show you how your platform can be used. Grab the data that we already have on you, and there's other ways to enrich the data even more than what's available. We've gathered data from a lot of different data sources. We'll kind of talk about that. But ultimately, we want to make it easy for the buyers to buy and the sellers to sell. Ultimately, the data in the middle is what's most important. If you think about the analogy of the old days of hailing a cab or ride share, you used to go to a hotel lobby, get a guy with a big hat, the whistle, and then one cab at a time would kind of float into the front, and you'd get in and get to LaGuardia. Well, imagine if, everyone had that cell phone and had the GPS of where you were, where you wanted to go, all the cars around you, probably had a cab driver with a phone, and all Uber and Lyft did is say, well, we can map those two things on the one spot and use the same technology to help the rider and the driver. We're all on a journey to sustainability. Same idea. We want to help those people find the products, analyze them, calculate them, share with other team members. Usually it's a multi-team sport to pick the right specifications, build out a project, and then ultimately report those impacts to whoever we're trying to convince of our brand being the best, or in the case of a home builder, your home being the best in an area or region that you're building at. So we are a climate tech company. We're a software company. Our goal every day is to wake up and accelerate sustainability and the profitability within the built environment by making better product selections easier to manage, find, evaluate, and purchase. So we always want to help both sides of the market. People were buying greener products and making those buildings greener, we wouldn't be accelerating sustainability. If people don't have the right data to make those decisions, and we're kind of building out things that maybe aren't going to last as long, aren't going to use the right amount of energy or water, or maybe not be as healthy as our home buyers want it to be. COVID certainly proved to a lot of folks that we're spending a lot of times inside. We're going to be possibly involved with our residential dwelling units a lot more because we work from home. So a lot more emphasis, I think, is going on to those areas, and we want to help you guys do a better job with that. We, as a company, have 2 platforms. One's called Ecomedes, one's called Mortar. We recently acquired an amazing company based out of Minneapolis called Mortar, and we have the beginnings of a really good way to find inspiration on project. We take the beautiful imagery of your successful project, you can load that up into our Mortar system, put the little dots on all the different things that kind of make that place, make that home, make that region, make that kitchen more green, bathroom, HVAC, whatever it is. Kind of put those dots together and help your buyers understand what green ingredients are in that space all the way through. So again, making it easy to go through that workflow. We call it connecting the dots. We take the brand data that brands have achieved as a company, put in the product eco attributes that product might have achieved. And we really do a great job, I think, better than anyone else, is that gathering up all these eco labels. There's over 100 eco labels active in just North America related to building products and the things that go into homes. So it's really important to kind of match that data up. And before, me and Aaron would be out on a scavenger hunt. Some of you guys are probably out looking for data today about maybe a Green Guard certificate or Cradle to Cradle or Energy Star or Water Sense. It could be for certification or for local utility rebate. or maybe a client is trying to build a carbon neutral home or a zero energy home, and they're trying to find all the right ingredients to make that decision. We bring all that data together every day. We have over 850,000 products that we have data on from 81 different eco-labels and data sources, and over 200 manufacturers that have chosen to use our platform to enrich their data, put more of their data out there into the marketplace. For EEBA specifically, what we've done is taken all those certifications and eco-labels, put them right in front of the decision makers that are members of EEBA. So at eeba.ecomedes.com, it's a free tool. Anyone can use it. All that data is updated on a monthly basis at a minimum. We automate the analysis and the evaluation. So it's not just raw data or a PDF. We actually have lots of enriched data in there, and you can actually evaluate return on investment or watts in water or lead contributions or rebate validation for Energy Star. All that stuff's baked into the tool to make your job really, really easy, because we believe that if you put greener ingredients in those homes you're building or working on, then the overall marketplace gets a lot more sustainable very, very quickly. So some introductions. We've designed this platform for a couple reasons, but the three main ones are: we're going to make it easy, you're going to be able to work faster, and homes get greener. So there's a lot of different activities we're going to grow through. We're going to do a live demo as well, but you can search for products with one click on the left-hand navigation. If you've ever bought anything online, you can use this platform. Very, very simple. It's all like left-hand navigation driven. Within that, you can actually then say, oh, I found the light, I found the toilet. I can analyze the watts and water payback curve for whatever that home buyer is going to be looking at. We also have evaluations against carbon and health. You can evaluate compliance and contributions towards rating systems or rebates, things like that. You can share all those solutions you found with simple little product page links, kind of get somebody to see all the data that you just found very easily on the platform. Don't have to go through and fax things. When Aaron and I started in this industry, fax machines were still a thing. So you would just send out a highlighted fax of, say, drywall submittal. And then by the time it went through like 3 different people's hands, it was just mostly just gray, illegible stuff. You kind of saw the highlighter marks, but you really didn't know what you were sharing. And those kind of got filed away in the drawer to get put through the certification process. Simple sign up. It takes you 1 minute to sign up. Promise you, if you're doing green high performance buildings, it's going to save your office or your firm hundreds of hours per year. All we need is an email address and a password. Create an account. Instantly, you'll be able to analyze projects and products, download documents, save your work on projects. So you can have multiple houses being evaluated at the same time with all the different ingredients that you're using. Super straightforward and easy. Single sign-on. Once you have an account, you can create as many projects as you want, as many evaluations as you want in the system. And you can also share it with anybody else out there that you work with. So if you have architects you're working with, you can share with the homeowner. They can kind of peruse around there. If you want to let them see the project data, it's all available right there from that main login screen. What's cool about our platform is we kind of bake in a lot of the consulting I used to do in the industry for my first 10 years. So if you have a client or you're searching for ROI impact or energy or water, human health, carbon, or circularity, just by clicking one of these impact search buttons, you'll immediately go into our database, and it'll only show you things that provide a return on investment, or only things that'll save you energy, only things that are human health qualified, only things that reduce carbon. So with that little simple search by impact, you can do it right there from those icons. It goes right in and uses all this really good certification data as the leverage point for that knowledge transfer. So it's kind of like a green Sherpa. It's going to lead you towards that process. You can also just look at categories. So we have some category icons here, things like appliances, construction materials, ceilings, HVAC, lighting, plumbing. All with one click, you'll find everything in our system that has plumbing data or HVAC data or lighting data. You can further go down. If you clicked on appliances, you'd see it show you residential refrigerators, dishwashers, clothes washers. All that stuff is baked in. You can also then further search by brand. So you could say, I'm looking for appliances, refrigeration, GE, or Bosch dishwasher. All the products that are in WaterSense and Energy Star are automatically presented to you. So you can pick from them, see all the environmental data that's associated with that. And finally, eco labels and certifications, the kind of the crux of most certification and compliance paths. All those databases in their entirety are brought forward to you so you can search those. So instead of going to 81 different sources of data, one by one, looking at a registry or a bad spreadsheet online or a PDF, God forbid, all that data is digitized so you have access to all of it. And we update them monthly. They're not all updated on the first. I just want to throw that out. They're usually on a different cadence. Every source has their own date that they update the information, but we'll go in the live demo and I'll show you where you can see who gave us the data, when that data was last updated at that source. So a simple little example here would be, I'm looking for HVAC mechanical, I'm looking for ventilation fans, I'm looking for Energy Star. If I click those 3 filters, you would end up on your platform with 956 results. So what's nice is all 956 results are in there. Some of the certification bodies like Energy Star do not have pictures. So this example shows Green Heck Fan Company. They decided to enrich their data using the EEBA partnership we have. They updated their data. Now we have pictures, hyperlinks back to the where to buy pictures. They really kind of engaged that information very well. And you can see all the information. All the other brands that have meet the same guidelines of Energy Star are in there. They just don't have pictures because the data source that we have didn't give us pictures. So we want to partner with all the brands that are sponsors of EEBA or just members of EEBA to make sure everybody building houses to the EEBA standards and to the NGBHS and all the different NAHB standards all can find the data that you're looking for. And you'll see in that search bar right here under brand, inside of those parentheses are how many products are available from Aero Pure or Air King or Brone. So it always tells the user how many sources of data there are and how many Brone products there might be that meet those guidelines and standards. So it's constantly researching that data for you to give you the best, most accurate information up front. Another thing that you could do is go look for construction materials, building insulation or roofing products from a brand like CertainTeed. All their entire catalogs available to you. You can then further sort by which products had an EPD, which products had Green Circle certification, which products have an HPD. All these numbers inside of those parentheses are automatically being updated as you further refine your sort. Some of these construction product manufacturers even show you all the locations where they manufacture it. So that might become an issue for you trying to do a low embodied carbon home. You can actually find something that's not too far away, so the embodied energy of transportation is lower. So very powerful way to use the data to create smart search results that'll save you the time, because you guys are very, very busy trying to build those projects. So we want to make that easier for you and be able to track down the data for you so you don't have to get burdened with it. Once you find data you like, the product pages are organized with all the structured data. So everything in our database, there's over 3,000 columns of this spreadsheet that we manage in the cloud. So all that data is organized, and anywhere that we have an actual certification, we'll actually hyperlink you directly from the product page for this USG drywall directly to those certifications like an EPD, an HPD, a Green Guard certificate. All the other data is listed there. And when we do the live demo, I'll show you how that's organized, but it'll always show you the source and the date stamp of that information. Find a product you like, you want to throw it into a comparison, you can add it to a comparison and actually have all the things you're looking for side by side from different manufacturers. I can promise you, no different manufacturers have everything organized on their websites to where it's really easy compatible. So we bring that data in and we actually organize all the rows so you can actually see things apples to apples whenever you want. So those comparisons drop right into that format. And if I clicked on this hyperlink, it'll show you that I can share that hyperlink URL address with anybody I'm working on a project with. And all that information gets zoomed right in there and provided. If I grab it and I put it a copy, and I put it in the chat for you guys will also be able to click on that chat window and grab that information straightforward. So I'm going to put this in there, send it to everyone. Actually, I think Aaron might have to send it to everyone. So I'll let you do it, or Nancy could do it. But that hyperlink will take them right to all 4 of these products simultaneously. So it's really easy to navigate the platform, get what you're looking for, and be able to proceed forward with what you want. Another element that we baked into our tool is actually the ability to analyze the data that we saw on the product page. So if you want to know if this CertainTeed bad installation is going to help you with LEED new construction, we have a whole list of every certification body in North America that's active. You can drop down in here and say, I want to know how this will help me with LEED. You don't need to know any of that data. You don't need to know any of the mapping of that data. We actually have that all in the background, kind of spinning in these gears. You just click whatever rating system you care about. It'll automatically generate this documentation for you on the fly. Another element will come out with, on the product page, you can do the same thing. There's a document contributions button, same exact information. It'll run it, same product. So you can do it from the baseball card view when we see the results, or you can drop it in right from the product page and it'll drop right into that information, including what documentation led to that compliance. So we call it deep credit display. We do that work for you. So there's a baked-in consultant from EEBA that Aaron and the wonderful team here have just basically given everyone that assistant or that intern is going out and gathering all this data for you, so you never have to do it. When you ask the intern or the technology, hey, tell me how it's going to help with a rating system or compliance, it'll do that documentation. And ultimately, you can actually do an entire project's worth of documentation. On the things that have water sense and Energy Star, we've baked in these calculators. So here's a lighting product. Data's coming from Energy Star. It has a certain number of watts consumed, lumens, and then the length of warranty. It'll actually say, this is how much energy will be saved over the course and the running of that fixture. So you can put in the number of those fixtures, type in the operational hours you're going to be running that home with the lights on. It'll actually do the conversion from kilowatts saved to dollars saved. Same thing with the toilets, the shower heads, the faucets, how many people as occupants, how many days a year are you going to be running those fixtures. It'll actually convert gallons saved in that home per month, per year, and whatever length of analysis you'd like to run, it'll do it. So it could do from 1 year to 30 years if you want, have it run. It'll automatically take the data up here from Energy Star and WaterSense and convert it to dollars and cents. A really nice driver for most of our projects. Certainly my first 10 years was spent just justifying that green paid back. And I was really lucky and fortunate to have really good spreadsheets that did that. We've basically taken those spreadsheets and given them away to anyone that wants to go look at how Energy Star and WaterSense fixtures will save their customer money and dollars. So the last thing that this tool does is it allows you to gather up all the ingredients of a home. So you can take the lights, the dishwasher, the refrigerator, all the ingredients that were green that had all that great certification data. You can create a project, again, unlimited number of projects. It's free to anybody that has an account. You can build it out, find all the data without having to build out a spreadsheet or a file folder, or make copies on the copy, or ask your team members to do that. You can just grab all of it, fans from Energy Star, bath fans from GreenHack, Kohler fixtures, Toto fixtures, USG drywall, and hit save. And all that data can be analyzed against those rating systems with one single click. So it'll be knowledgeable about all the different little data points around those, connecting all those dots. And with one click, you'll get all that product data summarized at a project level, at a home level, a residence level, or a development level. And then it'll actually subdivide all those other cut sheets, those environmental product data sheets you guys scour the market for. Every one of them will be behind this report, and how that specific product of all the products actually helped you with certain things. So the things that have saved water, they'll be identified. The things that save energy will be identified. The things that might be green compliant with LEED or other rating system also will be generated for you. You can download that PDF, then share it with whatever certification body you're using, share it with the homeowner. If it's like a nice turnover package, I used to do that as a consultant a lot, is tell me all the green things you told me to buy in my house. Here they are. Here's all the documentation. Certainly a lot easier than what I had to do, cutting and pasting and creating Word documents one by one by one. So all that information is available to you, free to use. So before I jump into a live demo, I'd love to stop and see if there's any questions about any of that detail or the workflow that we covered today.
Yeah, and again, if you have a question, you can just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask Paul on the spot.
Yeah. No questions yet. All right. No worries. I will do the live demo.
Drive on.
All right, drive on. So if you guys have another monitor, I don't mind if you guys want to double task or dual task. Let me just go back and log out so you guys can see how it works. So if I didn't have an account, it would say sign up, log in at eeba.ecomedes.com. Click on that button. You'll get a welcome page. You put in your email address and your password. It already knows that I do this a lot, so it's going to let me log in. As soon as you create that, it's going to let you have your name up here in the upper right-hand corner. And what it opens up is that projects tab. So if you didn't log in, you wouldn't see this word projects here. If I click on that, it gives me the opportunity to build projects. So I'll kind of just show you what one of those look like, and then we'll go to search and discovery from the start. So it lets me go in there and grab any product that I'm interested in using. And I don't have to have, like when I build out a project and I don't have the quantities and unit prices, it still will generate some documentation for me. But it gets a lot better when I actually put in the right number of quantity and unit prices, because here I have a downlight, fan, some of the appliances, and it actually identifies what things have the best ROIs and actually starts summing them together and shows you how many kilowatts you'll save by month, by year, and total length of analysis. So you can always modulate that to say a 5-year payback. It'll just redo the math for you. I used to hate having to redo these calculations, so I I basically promised myself that if I was doing this, it would automatically regenerate those quantities. And there's baselines for every product you're baselining against. So a normal fan, a normal dishwasher. So you always kind of understand that ROI. Well, how much more am I investing in? How much of a payback will I get? We also have the same thing for water. So all three water fixtures, the shower head, the faucet, and the toilet are all in here as one element. And you can also isolate it to see when that break even happens based on the number of occupants that are in the home or the project. So let's start at the top. So here, as I said, you could search by impact, a really cool feature we just launched last year. So I only wanted to see products on this portal that give me a payback. This will basically filter out of everything that we have and only show you things that are going to be Energy Star WaterSense compliant, so that we can actually go in there and find those documentation points. If I use this, here's all this green data, didn't even have to go hunting for it. It's all right here. The water baseline is right there. If I go down here, I can actually analyze this payback. So if I had a home with 2 female and 2 male occupants, I want a 5-year payback. Type in the price of that fixture, and then the baseline fixture could be at $150, 1.6 gallons per flush. If it was the existing fixture, maybe it was running at 2. Any change you make down here, it'll be made up at the top. And if I put in 4 units, if I had 4 bathrooms, it'll show me that I'm saving water by month, 250 gallons, 3,000 a year, and $37 is going to come as a result of that project. If I like everything that I see here, plus it has an EPD, to add it to a project, all I have to do is click add a project, and I can just create a new one, new demo, in my zip code, in Florida here, hit save. And now I have a new project in there called new demo, and that toilet is going to be visible to me in my project. So just that quickly, all that data that comes along with EPDs and living building challenge declare and the gallons per flush, all that got pulled over. And now I have all that information in a project. So it's a very, very straightforward way of doing that. If I'm looking for things that say save energy, then I'll be primarily driven off of Energy Star and the DLC qualified list for lighting. I can click on Energy Star, go into a category called appliances, subcategory called residential refrigerators. And now I've got all 3,125 results in there. I can search by type, I can search by width. So a lot of the different ways that you might have to fit into your design, you can actually find all the things that match up with what you're looking for. A real popular way to search would be down to the actual brand. So if I said GE, this width and whatever capacities are available, say 27, then it's going to show me all 5 results that are in there. I can click on one and see its Energy Star certificate. If I needed a hyperlink to it, with one click, I'll open up the Energy Star product page for that specific refrigerator. It'll load up without you having to go through all those decision trees. Here's this GE product, certified. It's not on the most efficient list. We would have flagged that. And this delta between the baseline and the 633 that it uses is automatically baked into this calculator. So if you needed to go look at what it would cost to put in that product versus another product, it'll do that analysis and start analyzing kilowatts and monthly savings. It's what you wanted. You could actually just go in there and add it to that project that we just had the new demo for. Hit save. And now that project has both products in it along with all their data. So you don't have to go struggle looking for it. Just put it in there. And now we have a GE product that's going to save energy and the water saving toilet from Kohler graph. Any questions? I know that's a lot of stuff, but I just want to kind of cover how you can use the search by impact as a very powerful way to find the data you want. No? All right. Another way is just looking for categories. So if you were looking at, say, building finishes and you're using maybe a flooring product like an LVT, you can go in here and find, let's see, flooring, floor tiles. And it'll show you all the different floor tiles we have in the system, and then all the certifications that might come along and the ecolabels that might come along with those finishes. So there's 1,033 results. You can see the ones that are cradle to cradle, declare, EPD, green square, green circle, have an HPD, have green guard, or SCS indoor advantage. So if you're looking for maybe a net zero house that might also have net zero embodied carbon, I know there's some jurisdictions toying around with that idea. Go in here, and here are all the products that have flooring with an EPD, And now you can get a brand list of all the ones on this list that have an EPD related to floor tiles. So if you wanted to find, say, one from floor to tile, it'll give you those products, and a couple seconds, those items will load with an image. You can also then sort by what kind of EPDs these products might have, and then get to a product page with all that information there, all the documentations in there, the hyperlinks to those certifications are all available with one click. So if you need that Green Guard certificate for compliance, you have it right there at your fingertips. But more importantly, if you like it, this is going to work for that bathroom, or the client likes that, go in here, add it to new demo, hit save. Now new demo has 3 things in it. It's got a refrigerator, a toilet, and a floor. And the whole idea is to say, I love all these things. I want to analyze them. How would they help me with lead? Interiors, hit evaluate. It'll take all that data, all those product elements, put it together, give you the entire rundown of how all that data that I didn't have to touch, I didn't have to know about, I just knew that those products had it. That's how I searched for them. It shows me the total rundown of how I'd be able to help my project with lead with just 3 products, but it's automatically mapped that stuff. So a lot of people ask me, like, you did put yourself out of business as a consultant. I did. A lot of people don't really like consultants. We're kind of like lawyers, kind of keep taking your money for a long time. So I decided with Ecomedes to make it easy for everyone to have that baked into the process. So all that information that you'd go out looking for is all right there. So product category, search by impact are major ways. We have a lot of clients that just go in here and type in something. So they might know that they're looking for, say, Mohawk carpet. You can go in there and do Mohawk, and everything from the Mohawk group will be available to you with one click. So all their product lines are available in the database. You can further sort by things that are a certain type. So things that have maybe a declare label or a living product challenge certification, all that information can flow through and give you guys the answers that you're looking for through the process.
Rock on, Tommy.
So any questions on brand searches, how to align the data?
Oh, somebody was really excited about it.
I know. Wasn't quite sure what brand he was excited to see, but we love exuberance here at Ecomedes. So our goal is to really help support all of you great sponsors. If we can, you have the product data. More than likely, if you are sponsors, you probably have certified your products in 1 or more of the ecolabels. Many of the ecolabels that are in kind of Watts and Water don't have images along with those database registries. So one of the things we'd love to do is have a one-on-one call with you. We can do a brand audit, pull up all the product data that we have on your products in the system already, and find a way to enrich that data, whether it's just the pictures, but other manufacturers have chosen to kind of enrich their data beyond just the pictures, have hyperlinks to find a distributor, find local sales team, but connecting the dots to all the ingredients that make a green building happen, make it high performance, make it net zero. We know there's lots of flavors to high performance residential, but we're just here to try to help connect the dots to the buyer and then make it easier for the buyer to understand why you guys have spent so much time making high performance products to begin with. I'll answer any questions that you guys might have. Go into an example on your product category, anything. Don't be shy. Did I miss anything? Did I need to cover anything? Nancy or Aaron?
No, I think that this is great information, Paul. Maybe, do you have your contact information? So if those folks on the call are interested in adding their products, can
absolutely
reach out to you.
Yep, it's just paul@ecomedes.com. But if you guys want to send me a text, email, happy to reach out and get a call scheduled, and we'll go through all your data that's in our system now, show you where we get it from, and then show you examples of how brands have enriched their data beyond the current just Ecomedes data.
Great.
Put my phone number up there too. If you guys want to give me a call, that's fine too. 239-633-6508. Love to chat with you and support your guys' efforts with EEBA, and then see you guys at the national conference later on this year.
Great. Last chance for any live questions, folks.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Great stuff.